Cancer, hello, Amanda here. Welcome to Unseen Hands Healing. This is going to be your October shift reading. So we are looking at the shape you're shifting out of this month, the shape you shift into, and what that shape shift looks and feels like. Interesting that I say shape shift because in your pre-shuffle, 2 cards came out, starting with this one. These are decks that I use in the extended reading. Interesting, right? Shapeshifter. And another deck from the extended, the moon. So 2 cards showing the moon as a shapeshifter. And what's even more fascinating about this is when I sat down with your energy before I shuffled cards, the image that was coming to me was shadow play. Like watching a shadow play or like shadow puppets and the interplay between light and shadow and how that can create a play or create a scene. Somehow like you're watching that play out, the play between light and shadow. And then these cards came out and I'm like, okay, well, the play between light and shadow being shown as the shifting of the phases of the moon. And of course, the moon is your card in the tarot. And the moon is this energy of emotional shifting. Okay, so we have a lot here to work with before we even pull cards. We're going to use the Slow Holler Tarot to get some illumination on this shape-shifting shadow puppet energy that's coming in for October. So what is the shape that Cancer is shifting out of in October? Okay, interesting. Shifting out of the 4 of branches, these foxes all gathering branches and flowers to build something, perhaps. And what is the shape Cancer shifting into in October? Whoa. The Devil, a card of liberation. I love this particular depiction of this energy because it's like, first of all, there's liberation of this epiphany or light just like busting out of the skull here, which I really love. It's transcending your own mind. As well as like there's liberation to be had in just things going up in flames. Okay, that is also a form of liberation. It's really interesting. 2, because these are completely different energies. All these foxes like gathering together in community with like flowers and twigs, and we're going to build something beautiful and joyful and celebratory. And then like the devil is like, we will fly into our own liberation, even if we have to burn to get there, you know? It's like this really intense energy. So let's see what's in between these cards. Help illuminate this shape shift for Cancer in October. And this is such Halloween energy too, which I love for October. It's good. Also, I've said illuminate a lot in this reading. We've got the moon, shifting shape, the play of light and shadow. So I'm like, okay. There's some illumination here, perhaps Cancer to be had. All right, help us understand this shape shift. Yeah, it's definitely it's definitely a mental liberation, mental emotional liberation that leads to walking away maybe even from like a community or a certain structure, community structure you've been under, even if that's like a community belief system, it could be that. But I'm saying that because I'm looking at this, I'll show you the cards. I'm looking at this play between the 9 of Swords, the 9 of Knives, and the 4 of Branches. It's like, here's this community working together trying to work together to gather things and build things together. But I'm looking at the skull, looking over it at this group endeavor, something that should be quite celebratory. But actually there's so much anxiety, you know, like there's all these knives stuck in the head, and there's just like, this card is absolutely stressful. Very, very stressful. There's something about this energy that should be celebratory and communal turning stressful, incredibly stressful, to a point where it's untenable. You know, it's to the point where something has to break for you here, something has to give, which is, I think, why we've got this image of the knives in the skull, and then in the Devil, the image of the skull being liberated, because it's like, you need liberation from this, which stinks, because I'm getting this thing, again, I keep getting this energy of like, this should be really joyful, and it looks like it could be joyful. Like, it all looks really good, but it's causing you so much stress and worry and anxiety. And so then the antidote here seems to be this breakthrough energy of the Ace of Branches or the Ace of Wands, this like fire energy that's erupting out of a middle finger, right? This looks like definitely somebody flipping the bird here. And I think it's very similar to actually the Devil energy in its intense liberation, you know, like this fire. I mean, the Devil is bursting into flames, and here we have the match being struck and the flame combusting here. Something, and it's being shown here as like almost like a volcano erupting. You're erupting here, Cancer. And it's just like, it's very much FU energy. It's very much like, this needs to just go up in flames. Okay, I could be talking about your feelings on the state of the country even, you know, like it could be something like that. It could be those type communal feelings of like, we're supposed to be working together. We're supposed to be building something here. But all it's doing is creating hurt and pain and stress. And you know what? Screw it. You know, like we need liberation and we need action, and we need action now. Like it's that kind of energy. So this could absolutely be politically and socially motivated. But it could also just be something incredibly close to home, incredibly, not that that's not close to home, but you know what I mean? Something more intimate within a small circle that you interact with. And so I'm seeing this just like Ace of Wands is like, get out of here. We're getting out of here. 8 of Cups. I've invested a lot into this emotionally, and guess what? I'm walking away. Like that's the feeling. There's just this major energy of like, all this does is bring me anxiety. All this does is tie me to the dang post and hold me down. And guess what? I'm burning the damn thing. I'm strapping on some wings and I'm flying out of here because I've got to liberate myself from this. And, you know, it's bittersweet because, again, this has a lot of promise of something that was supposed to feel really, really good and be really sweet and intimate and connective and joyful in its energy and celebratory. But like, and that's why there's such a strong emotional investment here. But, you know, time to go. Things shift. you are seeing it with different eyes now. There's the moon, the shapeshifter. Here's the moon revealing new emotional information, I think, for you, shapeshifter. And you're changing your mind. I think you're changing your feelings on this. And now it's just like, liberation is the name of the game. I'm out of here. Yeah. I'm out of here. And there is a feeling of like striking out on your own. You know what? It's like, all right, you guys can keep trying this. That's cool. I'm out. I'm out. Because it's up to me to free myself at the end of the day from things that I feel hold me back and hold me down and keep me limited and keep me bound. And I don't want to feel bound anymore, you know? Yeah, Cancer. Fiery reading. I'm really excited to get into the extended and see if we can get some more information here. I will say this too, emotions feel very high because of all of this intense emotional shifting energy of the moon, and then like the shadow play of light and dark, and this like shadow puppet kind of thing. And this is a very emotional energy. This is a very emotional energy. And especially when you're under this kind of stress, like emotions can be really triggery and intense. But sometimes that's what we need to get to this point. Like we need to be shown just how intense things have gotten. And in order for us to decide if we want to stay in that kind of energy or how we want to liberate ourselves from that. Yeah, because I'm looking at this one and that kind of Nine of Swords energy, you know, that's energy of like, I really can't take this anymore. I'm absolutely at a breaking point. Yeah, okay, Cancer. We're going to take this into the extended now. If you'd like to join me for the rest of this reading, click the link in the description below and that will take you to Patreon. Patreon's an online community I've created for folks who like my work and want to dive deeper. If that sounds like you, head on over there. Please read the description when you get there so you know how to receive the extendeds from me, and then I will send you the rest of this reading for October. All right, Cancer, thanks for joining me. Take care. This reading may as well be a volcano erupting. Like this is just exploding. It's exploding. It's spewing everywhere. It's not pretty. I gotta say, like the energy of it, it's not pretty. It's messy. And I think it's okay. You know, it just is what it is. There's just no reason to put a judgment on it because maybe the situation just is this messy for you. And if so, just let it be messy. And the best thing I can say is be honest. Just be honest with yourself. Be honest with people that you are surrounded by. Be honest with the people involved in this situation. You just need to be honest. Because again, I'm being brought back to the puppet show. Don't do a puppet show. Don't do like a light, shadowy play. It's like this is energy of stop the play. For sure.